My last video was really well received and it's still going strong. However, I was called out for my improper use of terminology. Apparently, most of the games listed in the previous video were source ports and not recomps. And you know what? I'm fully aware of the difference. I'm preferring recomp as an umbrella term simply because more people understand what they are, and relatively few people care about naming conventions. So please forgive me if my wrongful labels offend your sensibilities. I'm only doing it for the benefit of the uninformed and armchair enthusiasts. But feel free to remind me in the comments section because the algorithm loves engagement from viewers. So, with my disclaimer out of the way, let's have a look at some PlayStation source ports, starting with Redriver. It's an unofficial port of Driver 2, which happened to be a PS1 exclusive from 2000. It feels like a proper PC game and even allows you to adjust settings from the in-game menu. Since controls are relatively basic, I found my keyboard to be sufficient for the job. Here you can see a side-by-side comparison between this port and original hardware. Take note of the draw distance, which is far more impressive on the unofficial version. Installation is super easy, as long as you have both ROMs of the US NTSC version. You simply run the setup wizard and let it extract the data into a portable folder. Severed Chains is a PC port of Legend of Dragoon, which was one of the best RPGs on the PS1. It had a striking art style too, which was complemented by scrolling cutscenes and advanced 3D models. Time is a cruel mistress though, and while the game is still lots of fun, it hasn't aged particularly well. This PC port aims to polish the graphics and definitely succeeds in this regard. You can change many visual settings, including the resolution and aspect ratio. The one thing I must mention is that the game wasn't meant to run in widescreen. You can see this here, where there's a clear runoff on screen. But outside of cutscenes, everything is looking good, so it's worth having widescreen enabled. What I really like about this unofficial port is the enhanced user interface. Fonts and HUD elements are no longer pixelated, as it is on console. In fact, it looks crisp and clear, which is great for people with bad eyesight, like myself. And surprisingly, there is mod support for Severed Chains. Right now, the mods are limited to gameplay changes, but someone is currently working on a texture pack, which will improve many things, including the backgrounds. PsyDoom is an unofficial PC port of Final Doom for the PS1. And many people forget just how good this version of Doom was. Sure, back then, it only ran at 240p resolution, but it did have colored lighting, and most of the levels from Doom, Doom 2 and Plutonia were crammed into its single-player campaign. It was ambitious for its time, but obviously this port allows us to appreciate it even more. The game is automatically upscaled to match the resolution of your desktop, and it utilizes Vulkan to offer the best possible performance. If you want, you can use a controller, but surely you'll want to play with a mouse and keyboard, and thankfully, the port allows you to do so, with full customization to button mapping. There's also a small but growing list of community maps for PsyDoom. Installing them are super easy as well. You just download the archive from the web page and then extract it into the mods folder like this. All that's left is to direct the launcher to wherever the mod is located, and presto, when you start the game, it's right there in the menu. At this point, PsyDoom feels more like an alternate version of GZ Doom. But what's the harm? It just gives you more options, and that's always good in my opinion. Nothing quite beats the thrill of going at breakneck speeds above the tarmac, and that is what Wipeout is really good at. This is the first one, in case you're wondering, and it looks absolutely gorgeous when played without those warped polygons on the PlayStation. The enhanced draw distance actually makes the game easier, since track limits don't pop in just a few meters in front of you. Settings may look a bit bare-boned, but all the important ones are here, including aspect ratio, and upscaling is designed to match your desktop resolution. You can also adjust control options if you want. I went for the keyboard as usual, since the button layout is relatively common. I'm really impressed by how smooth the game feels now. Some of you may not know this, but there is a DOS version of this game, and that's the one I used to play back in the day. It wasn't great, and to go from that to this is a phenomenal difference. OpenGoal is a fan-made project that aims to bring the entire Jak and Daxter trilogy to Windows. So far, the Precursor legacy is considered complete and can be played from start to finish. In the 5 or so hours I played, I didn't experience any issues. It provides various options such as adjustable resolution, camera controls, and anti-aliasing features. These improvements allow players to enjoy the game with modern graphics while maintaining the core gameplay mechanics that fans love. The port aims to preserve the essence of Jak and Daxter while offering a more customizable experience for players. With the full version available, users can dive into the vibrant world of the game with enhanced visual fidelity and smoother gameplay. This adaptation not only caters to nostalgic players, but also introduces the iconic title to a new audience on PC. For those of you who may be interested, there are several texture mods available for Precursor Legacy. I just picked the first one I could find and installed it. As predicted, the graphics look quite nice with the upscaled textures. Even people on low-end hardware should run this no problem, because the game is not being emulated, it's running directly on your PC. And overall, I'm very impressed with the end result. The Jak II port is officially still in beta, and I can affirm that there are some issues with the game. It's not major, but just enough to remind me that it's not the finished article. It already features mod support, which is always welcome, but I didn't pursue it because what would be the point? There's also the Jak III port, which has hardly seen any development so far. I can understand that the OpenGoal team wants to finish the second game before moving on, and we should always temper our expectations. Anything that's done for free is always a blessing. Before concluding this video, I should add that there used to be unofficial ports of Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories. These were based on the PS2 versions, and I'm sure you can still find them somewhere online, but Rockstar struck them down several years ago, so it's no longer legal. I don't want to deal with their lawyers, so feel free to try these ports for yourself, if you can find them, of course. In any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day.